Advertising on YouTube is the biggest opportunity that I want you to take advantage of this year. Now, I understand that today's task is quite big, but we'll be navigating YouTube ads together and taking you to an expert level of YouTube ads understanding in one video. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day, are you using YouTube? Whether that's in the organic sense where you're uploading videos regularly, or are you using YouTube from a paid ads perspective? Let me know in the comment section down below. First, let's understand the opportunity that you have here on YouTube. It's the second largest website across the entire internet. That's a lot of people. The targeting with YouTube ads is like no other. You're able to target based off of income, home ownership status, and if they're in market to make a real estate transaction. That's super powerful. Now, all of this sounds amazing, of course. However, I don't want to underplay the value of using video to advertise. Video is an amazing amplifier of your message, and you're able to connect with people on a deeper level and much quicker than if you were just writing out an ad copy and using an image. So it's super powerful. Now, before we get into the screen share, know that YouTube ads basically have two types of ads: the discovery ads and in-stream ads. Discovery ads are more or less like a billboard that are static that don't play unless you click on them. You see these discovery ads whenever you're using YouTube search and also around the video that you're currently playing. And the second type of ad is the in-stream ad, which acts more like a TV commercial. These ads appear in the videos themselves, before, during, and after the video that you're watching. And the way that you most commonly see them is by waiting 5 seconds before you can skip the ad. That type of video ad is the in-stream ad. All right, so we're here on Google Ads getting ready to launch our YouTube ads campaign. Now, if you've been trying to run some ads, some YouTube ads over on YouTube, know that you're in the wrong place. You have to run the ads out of here. Google owns YouTube, and in order for you to run your ads on YouTube, you have to do it through this platform. So to get here, it's ads.google.com, or just search for it, Google Ads, and you'll get here. Or YouTube ads will bring you here as well. Whenever you create your campaign for the first time, you're gonna start off with something known as Smart Mode, formerly known as Google Ads Express. It's a fast pass of creating ads. It doesn't have all the functionalities that you see here, but it's a way of running ads. So I highly encourage you, whenever you create your campaign, to go to your tools. You're not gonna be able to see it here, but go to your tools, and there should be a button around here that says switch to expert mode, and it'll bring you exactly to what you're seeing here on the screen. So if you created your account for the first time ever, prior to this video or along in preparation for this video, it's not gonna look like this. So be sure that you switch from smart mode over to expert mode, because that's what you're gonna be able to do with this video today. All right, so let's begin. Here on the tools and settings, I'm just gonna do a quick overview so you see what is gonna be important for you and what's not gonna be that important for you. Whenever you're looking for an audience, whenever you're looking for who should I target, you're gonna visit the keyword planner. And in the keyword planner, you're gonna have the ability to do some keyword research, seeing what type of volume you're seeing out there, what would be worth looking for. So real estate agent near me. It'll give you some ideas in the competition when it comes to the keywords to search for. And this will make more sense when we're creating our campaign. So this is a keyword planner. This is a completely free tool to use. So take advantage of it. You get all of Google's data is being presented to you here on the spot. You are able to isolate based off of states, regions, cities, zip codes. So it's very, very powerful. And then you also have the time frame. So that's super cool to check out. Something else you want to look at is your audience manager. And in your audience manager, you're able to create something pretty cool. It's specifically on the YouTube side. So when you go to YouTube users, you're able to retarget those people that have interacted with your channel in any capacity. So I highly encourage you to create an audience based off of people who viewed any video from your channel, create people that are subscribed to your channel, and then also create one that is viewed any video as an ad from the channel. So you're segmenting your audiences. You can go ahead and create audiences, all of these audiences. I highly encourage you to do that. As you can see that I've done that here. So I have all of the audiences segmented to where I'm able to use these audiences and retarget them at a later date. So this is the audience manager. And I highly encourage you to do this before you run your YouTube ads, because you want to capture all of that information. Whenever you create an audience, as an example, whenever you create an audience, you can backdate up to 30 days, but that's it. So if you've been getting some views along the way for years and years and years, you're not able to leverage that audience until you create this custom audience. So as you can see here, the maximum membership is 540 days. So you can target people that have viewed your content for the past 540 days. However, if you don't create it today, you're never going to have that option. You're going to be able to backdate people that viewed your content for the past 30 days, but never 540. So just be aware of that. That's something I wanted to make known to you. And that's in the audience manager. There's other aspects that you want to check out. There's more detailed information on every single one of these in this channel, and I'll be sure to link those videos down below so you see them. But right now I'm giving you all of the high notes that are pertinent to you. So the audience manager is super powerful. And then the other thing we're going to look at today is the conversions. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. Also, don't forget to enroll in my YouTube Ads Mastery for real estate leads before the price goes up. Link in description. When you're looking at conversions, you're telling the platform what's meaningful to you, what you actually take stock in. Is it people that actually become leads? Is it product sales? Essentially, what is meaningful for you? And whenever you create a conversion, I'll show you what that looks like. Whenever you create a conversion, you can create it based off of a website, people that download the app or take action with your app, people that give you a call, or you can import conversions from Google Analytics. Which, if you're familiar with Google Analytics, this is a very powerful thing to leverage, importing that in here so you're able to target and keep track of where you're converting your traffic from, your leads from, your sales from. But whenever you do website, as an example, you're able to measure the action that is important to you. So in our example, today we're going to go to a lead, and the conversion is going to be a lead, and then we're going to use the same value for each conversion, and we're going to say it's $1 for each conversion. Although we know that with whatever we're selling, it's gonna vary. So if it's a $50 product, if it's a lead, then you want to know your numbers and see what realistically each lead is bringing me in, so you can fill that in at your leisure. And if we're collecting leads, which we are, that's what the conversion that we're doing, we're going to count each conversion once. Recommended for leads, signups, and other conversions, because only the first interaction is valuable. So it doesn't matter if they give you the same information over and over and over again. It's the same person. Now, if they were purchasing products, that would be a little bit different. So you would be going to every time somebody purchases. Recommended for purchases because every purchase is valuable. So I hope you see the difference there. And in the conversion window, I suggest that you leave everything the way that it is. Already set up. It's ready to go in that respect. So we're gonna go to, let's see, we'll name this YouTube ad conversion lead. All right, so we're gonna create and continue. And this is when you set up your tag. So if you're familiar with tracking, if you're familiar with Facebook pixels, then this is going to look very similar to you, because in a way it really is. Except here it's called a tag. Over there in Facebook it's called a pixel. So here is the Google tag, over there is the Facebook pixel. And in the Google tag you have the ability of installing the tag yourself, which is what we're going to do today. Email the tag to your developer, webmaster, IT person, whoever handles your back end of your website or your landing pages. Or you can use a Google Tag Manager. Install the tag using Google Tag Manager. So we're not going to do that today, but just know that you have that that central repository for all of the tags that you have and manage. Google has a platform for that exclusively, so it's pretty cool. All right, we're going to install the tags ourselves. And we're going to pretend that we don't have the global site tag already installed on our pages. This is the global site tag, so all you would do is you would copy this, go over to one of your landing pages or one of your sales funnels, and this is ClickFunnels, so if you're familiar with ClickFunnels, you know what I'm doing. I'm going to come back here to the head tracking code, so I'll replace that because this is a teaching funnel. I'm going to replace that with the global site tag. I'm going to come down here and move myself and I've just installed the global site tag. Now we're going to come back here. Now that we've done that, we want to record an event, and that event is whenever the page is loaded. Add the snippet to the page a customer reaches after completing a conversion. So we're going to copy this. Remember, we copied this, the global site tag. Now we're going to go back to our landing page or our sales funnel, and we're going to go to the thank you part. We're going to go to the thank you screen. After they gave us their contact information, they land on our thank you. They're not going to land on our thank you unless they give us their contact information. So we know that if they are seeing and uploading this page, that is telling us that they've given us their information. So at this point, we're going to edit this page and we're going to embed this code. We're going to go to settings. We're going to go to tracking code, and then we're going to paste it right here. So you see the event snippet for the YouTube ad conversion lead, what we just called it. We're going to click off of there. We're going to save it, and you're off and running. You just created a conversion. Now, let me backtrack for a second. After we press, it's over here. After we press next, we're going to break down what this means to us. A conversion is a way to track which ads are working. So with this conversion, particular conversion, whenever we drive traffic to it from Google Ads, it's going to tell us, hey, thanks to our efforts, this is Google Ads speaking, thanks to our efforts, you got this lead. And we're going to keep tally of that. So you're able to track meaningful conversions for you instead of spending $500 and then getting all of these leads from your Facebook Marketplace, from your Craigslist, from your Instagram ads, from anywhere else that you're marketing, and then having on the back end trying to figure out, well, did this come from Google? Was it my Google Organic? Was it Google Ads? I don't want to spend $500 on Google Ads anymore, so I'm going to shut it down. It's going to avoid that because this is going to keep track of it. And it's going to work the same way with YouTube ads. So with YouTube ads, very much the same concept. I use Google ads and YouTube ads interchangeably sometimes, but the technology is still the same. So with YouTube ads, what you're doing here with your video is you're having that advertising, that commercial. You're giving people an incentive to reach out to you, directing them over to your landing page over here. Directing people over here to your landing page and attempting to capture their information. And once they capture their information, they're registered as a conversion. So this is what the conversion allows you to do. That way, you make more educated decisions on, well, YouTube ads, I mean, I had 50 conversions this month, which is not all that difficult to do with YouTube ads because there's no competition for real estate. So, hint, hint. It's not all that difficult to do. So you can invest more and more money into it. So I hope that makes sense. We're going to head over. Let's see if there's anything else we want to look at before we head on over and create our ad. We've covered the keyword planner, super important, super cool. Audience manager. If you get nothing else, although I highly hope that you do, if you get nothing else from this video and you're doing some sort of YouTube uploads or doing some sort of YouTube strategy or thinking about doing it in the future, do your audience, create your audiences. Create your audiences. I need to stress that. I highly encourage you to go through and finish and do some YouTube ads. But if you get nothing else from this video, do that. That's going to really open up your marketing opportunities in the future, because right now what's happening is you're getting views on your videos and you're not able to retarget them and capitalize on them later on. All right, I'll stop harping on that. And the conversions, we just created one. All right, so let's create one. We're going to go to Google Ads, the banner over here. It's easy to get confused with all of these, so make sure that you're over here on the campaigns. Oftentimes, you're tempted to create an ad group, and then you're not necessarily doing what you're supposed to be doing. So you're going to create a new campaign. When it's asking you to select a goal, it works very similar to a Facebook objective. It's a type of a template. It's a type of a way for the platform, Google Ads and YouTube Ads, to set you up into a template that will promote your goal. Let's just say you're looking for sales, you're looking for leads, you're looking for website traffic, you're looking for brand awareness, you're looking for reach, whatever the case may be. It's gonna direct you down that way. Now, truth be told, these three are exactly the same. So when it comes to the actual template of selecting things to advertise, so although it says sales, great. Wait, leads, that's still the same. Oh my gosh, this is still the same. Website traffic. The only thing that happens is with the smart campaigns you see down there, a little bit different. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a campaign without a goals guidance, because that really breaks us open into some options of running YouTube ads. We're gonna go to video. This is YouTube. When it says video, this is YouTube. This is you advertising on YouTube. I know it says video and doesn't necessarily say, hey, this is YouTube, but this is where you advertise on YouTube, not over on the page, the YouTube page itself. We're gonna go to YouTube. You have various types of campaigns. So I want to show you some differences real quick to illustrate the flexibility that you have with this type of ad. Create a campaign without a goals guidance. Look at all the options that you have when it comes to the subtype, the type of ad that you can run. If I would have selected, let's go with leads, and I select video, drive conversions, which it's good for us because we already created that conversion over here a few minutes ago, but this is all we have. This is all the options that we get. Now, if you were to go to sales, go to video, it's starting to look the same, isn't it? Drive conversions, and then to drive home the point, website traffic, video, drive conversions. So when it comes to these three in YouTube ads world, it's the same. Little fun fact for you. So if you were ever quizzed on, hey, anyway, I won't go down that crappy joke. All right, video. All right, custom video campaign. Customize your own settings with skippable in-stream ads, bumper ads, or video discovery ads. You'll see what they look like here in a little bit. Non-skippable in-stream ads. You can get up to 15-second non-skippable ads. So sometimes, even on this channel, since this channel is monetized, you're going to see some ads that are 12 seconds in length, 14, 15 seconds, and there's not that button that you're probably frantically pushing that says, skip this ad in 5 seconds, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's, if it's beyond 5 seconds and it doesn't give you the option to skip it, know that they're running a non-skippable in-stream ad, which actually costs more. So it costs them more to stay in front of you. Just be aware of that. It doesn't, well, anyway, so outstream. Reach people on their phones and tablets using CPM, so essentially impression-based bidding with outstream ads. We're not going to focus on that. That's more mobile type of advertising, but reach people on their phones and tablets using impression-based bidding rather than cost per view bidding, which you're going to see the differences up here in the custom video campaign. Drive conversions. Get more conversions with video ads designed to encourage valuable interactions with your business. So driving conversions, you do have to have a conversion to highlight. You do have to have a conversion, what we just created, in order to run one of these ads. If not, it's going to It's going to still let you say confirm, but it's not going to run the ad at the end of the day. And you're going to be frustrated calling Google support, YouTube support, which is the same. And little fun fact, when you start running YouTube ads, you're going to start getting calls from campaign managers over on Google's side, which again owns YouTube. Encourage you to spend more. So whenever you get those calls, be aware, they're going to happen. Ad sequence. Tell your story by showing ads in a particular sequence to individual viewers with skippable in-stream ads, non-skippable in-stream ads, bumper ads, or a mix. So as the name suggests, it's an ad sequence where if they watch this video, then they move on to that next ad and they will move on to that next ad. So it's a way to walk people through that sales funnel, going from just knowing about your brand or introducing the problem to you being identified as a person that is solving their problem and ultimately them considering you to solve that problem. So walking them through that progression of problem solving, so you would need multiple ads to run this effectively. Shopping, promote relevant products and get people to shop on your website with skippable in-stream ads. Select a linked account. We don't have a merchant center account because it's more of a service business for real estate, so we're not connected in that regard. All right, we're going to go to custom video campaign, which again is going to bring us open. It's going to break this open and give us various options of running YouTube ads. Naming a campaign name. I highly encourage you to put as much detail in the campaign name as possible so you yourself remember what you're targeting. And the reason I say that is because, well, two reasons. One, include the date, because YouTube has a 48-hour turnaround. YouTube will take at most 48 hours is what they tell you. YouTube ads will take at most 48 hours to approve your ad. But sometimes they go beyond that. Sometimes they go 72 hours and nothing happens. Sometimes they go further. I don't know what 4 times 24 is. So there you go. Is it 96? Maybe we'll go with that. It'll go further and your ads is still not approved. So I always put my date. So whenever I'm logging into my account, I see, okay, this has been on pending for 3 days. I call YouTube support and then they tell me, oh, we still haven't had a chance to review it. So they're going to escalate it to their review team. And then in a couple of hours, it gets approved. So that's typically what happens. If you notice that your ad is not approved within that 48 hours, most likely it's because it hasn't been reviewed. But also you need to take in consideration that maybe your budget wasn't as high as it should be. Maybe the audience that you're targeting is not large enough to warrant that. So in this respect, the YouTube support is good in telling you what it is, so you can adjust it instead of having to wait, and then have your ads never run. So that's a pro tip. Now the second thing, why I suggest that you put as much detail in the campaign as possible is because these reports are not that easy. Well, let me rephrase that. The settings, whenever you're selecting and scrolling through your dashboard, they're not that easy to navigate. So it's easy to go down a rabbit hole. Like I mentioned at the beginning, select the campaign because it's oftentimes you're creating an ad from the ad set level and then you have to go back. That's what happens. You get lost in all of the options and making changes later on is a little bit difficult. So you want to be able to log into your dashboard, see the date that it was created, see everything that you're targeting. If you're advertising in stream, if you're advertising only on YouTube search, if you're advertising, let's say discovery, which is the opposite of advertising on in stream. And if you're advertising based off of cost per view or cost per impression, so all of these things may be foreign to you, but once you start running these ads, they're not going to be foreign to you. They're going to be important for you as you're split testing. And I know I just went into a 5-minute thing just on the campaign name. Know that it speeds up. Just giving you a bit of a heads up there. Bidding strategy. You're going to have two options. You either maximize per view or maximize per CPM. Maximizing per view, you see over here, you set the most. you're willing to pay each time your ad is viewed, which you'll set that amount here going forward at the bottom, and then target CPM, which target CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. So you have the difference. You have different strategies. You have charge me whenever somebody views it, which to count as a charge is 30 seconds of view time or an action. So if somebody sees, as an example, your in-stream ad, that ad that you're able to skip before you get to your videos, if you view 30 seconds of that ad, then the advertiser is charged. Or if you click on their link, then the advertiser is charged. That's how that works. And that's what a CPV is, so cost per view. Target CPM doesn't take cost per view into consideration. It doesn't take views in consideration at all. It takes impression-based charge. I can't think of a better way of saying that. So there you go. All right, budget and dates. I'm a big fan of daily budgets. I don't necessarily believe in campaign totals. I haven't been proven wrong yet, so I don't know if somebody can give me a reason why to use campaign budgets. I'm open to hearing it, but I like the daily. I just do. I mean, I can't even give you a methodology why or why not. What did I put? 50. All right, so we're going to go with $50 a day. And then the delivery method, you have standard and accelerated. Although standard says spend your budget evenly over time, evenly is often confused for the same. That doesn't mean what do you think it means. Evenly means an average. So although I'm saying I want to spend $50 today, Google/YouTube is going to take that as, all right, we're going to spend 40 today and then 60 tomorrow to average out. So in an average of 30 days, that is what you can expect to spend daily. If the search volume is there, know that at the beginning of your campaign, it's going to spend. But at the end of the 30 days, it's going to average out to what you select. So just be aware of that. Accelerated, it's going to spend as quickly as possible. So that's the difference. Networks. This is important. Networks. YouTube search results. So whenever you type in on your search, how to get real estate leads, hopefully I show up. Hopefully I've ranked enough videos to where you see me. But if not, click like, comment, share, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so I can get on the search, get ranked. Shameless plug. Whenever you type something in like that, you're gonna see two options. If that key phrase is coveted enough and searched enough to where people are advertising on that. So you're going to see two options on videos to look at. So let me show you. All right, so this one in and of itself is only advertising one. Now if this was, let's say, real estate leads. Now there's another one right there. There's another one right there. So you see that's the search results. Now ads can appear next to search results on YouTube. You can use video discovery ads only. And I'll show you what they look like in a few seconds. We're not going to be advertising that. We're going to be using in-stream ads. Now, remember, there's predominantly two types of ads. There's the in-stream ads, the ones that you see in the videos themselves, like a commercial, and then there's the video discovery ads, which are more like billboards, that you have the option of clicking and viewing. So those are the two differences. And then, so we're going to leave YouTube videos, which is just here on YouTube. Video partners on the display network. The display network is millions of websites. It's a lot of websites, and I find this to be a huge money pit, so I don't select it. I only want to be on YouTube, the platform. So this is what we're doing. Ads can appear on YouTube videos, so here on YouTube videos, channel pages, and the YouTube homepage. You can use in-stream video ads and video discovery ads. You'll see what that looks like in a little bit. Languages. We're going to select English. Location. We're going to go with the United States. Inventory type. All right, you have expanded inventory, maximize available inventory by showing ads on some sensitive content. And it gives you what sensitive content means for YouTube. Standard inventory, show ads on content that's appropriate for most brands. And it gives you some exclusions down here. Limited inventory, exclude most types of sensitive content and limit your available inventory. So basically, instead of having to go and select every single page, channel, playlist, creator, any type of sensitive topics and understanding what they even record about, this is giving you a quick way of identifying that. You don't have to go based off of tags like M for mature or something like that. So it gives you the standard inventory as the default option, the recommended option. And it really hasn't steered me wrong. I am protective of my brand, and I am conservative in general whenever I'm selecting where I want to, be associated. And it really hasn't steered me wrong. I've never gotten a, hey, your video appeared in blank and blank ISIS or anything like that. So, and just because I said that previous word, this video probably got demonetized. So I might need to edit that out. All right, so here we go. Exclude content. Here we go. Exclude content's actually going away. So you see all of the additional things that you can exclude your content, your ads to show in front of. But I don't bother with this at this point because basically I've already excluded this stuff that I don't want to be associated with already up here. And this is going away. So this was first the way to do it. But now this was introduced, I want to say almost a year ago now, which made this obsolete. Exclude types and labels. All right, you have select digital labels to exclude. You can do exclusions based off of that. But I don't mess with any of that because, again, I'm taking stock in this. And I do exclude select content types to exclude. I exclude embedded videos and live streaming videos. It seems that my channel works best, with my ads work best here on YouTube, not necessarily embedded somewhere else. And also with live streaming videos, you get ads before you enter the live stream. My understanding or my philosophy on that is if somebody is going to a live stream, they're going most likely to interact or view something in real time. If they see an ad, it's going to be very difficult for me to overcome that desire for them to get into that live stream. So I exclude advertising in live stream altogether. Additional settings, and now you see the conversion right here. In the past, this is grayed out because I only have one active conversion in this particular account. So that's the one that we just created. That's the one that you're seeing. Up until 3 months ago, you weren't able to select between conversions. So you can have 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 conversions. Everyone's going to be different. And you could, in the past, you couldn't select and bifurcate based off of those conversions. So if you wanted to run multiple campaigns, one targeting sellers, one targeting buyers, you weren't able to do that. But as of 3 months ago, that changed. So you are able to choose conversion actions for this campaign. Unfortunately, with this account, I only have one conversion. That's the one that we just created. So, or else I would get the option of selecting which conversion I wanted to do. And when it comes to devices, you're going to see show all eligible devices or select specific targeting for devices. Depending on what I'm advertising, I will take off TV screens, I'll take off tablets, but I'll leave the top two by default. But again, it depends on what I'm advertising. If I am looking more for brand recognition, then I may leave TV screens on. But if I'm looking for action, then I'm going to leave these two on and exclude that. Tablets, it's a hit or miss. Oftentimes what happens, if I'm running an ad for brand awareness, it's going to perform fantastic. But if I'm running something as a call to action, it doesn't always work out the best. It doesn't always give me the best results. And whenever you're reviewing your reports, you're able to identify based off of their consumption, based off of the devices that came in. So if you want to be a bit more conservative with your budget, which I do suggest to start out, leaving computers and mobile devices is going to be your best bet, because what happens with tablets is they get handed off to the niece, the nephew, the son, the daughter, and then they're just scrolling, and clicking on your ads and making them expensive. Anyway, so that's a bit about devices. Frequency capping. If you're running an ad to a larger audience, you don't necessarily have to worry about frequency capping. However, if you're running ads and retargeting ads, you do want to do some impression-based capping depending on your audience. You want to avoid ad fatigue. So here, limit how many times that ads in this campaign can show to the same user. So if you want a good adoption, anywhere from 3 to 5 per day should do the trick, depending on what you're advertising. Again, I know that we're talking about real estate leads, but some of you have different businesses. Some of you are watching this for the educational value. So there's people that are watching this tutorial that may not be agents. So just be aware of that. And then on the view cap, depending again what you want to accomplish, maybe you want 1 view per day, maybe you want 1 view per week, or maybe you just want to stay in front of people. Whatever it is that you're after in your retargeting, use what makes sense. All right, so we're going to leave this. This makes sense, particularly for the audience that we're going to use. The ad schedule, you can select when it runs and when it doesn't. And then the group name, very similar to your campaign name. Be sure that you're detailed in what you are in who you are targeting. So the ad group is basically the equivalent of the Facebook ad set, which is who you're targeting, who's going to be seeing your ads. So be as detailed here as possible. And when it comes to the targeting, when it comes to people, you're talking about people and content. You're talking about people who you want to reach, and you're talking about content, where you want your ads to show. So up here, you see who you want to reach, define your audiences, demographics, or both, and then narrow your reach. So see that? You're going to select this, and then on top of that, you're going to narrow the reach with keywords, topics, or placements. So you're selecting who's going to see your ads. As an example, you see here, you're able to target based off of gender, age, parental status, household income. And a little tip, let's just say you want to target only females. For whatever reason, you only want to target females. You get along with them, fantastic, and that's who you want to work with as an agent. By you unselecting unknown, you're reducing a ton of people. So what I suggest, if you're only looking for female clients, or let's just say people that are parents, whatever the case may be, I suggest that you exclude the counterpart, but go ahead and leave unknown highlighted, because there are some people that don't place whether they're a female or a male. There's many people that do that, and same thing with parental status. If you're looking only for parents, you're losing a large subset of the people that don't select or give that information. Now, yes, you're going to include some people that may not be a parent, but the benefits I have found outweigh the non-benefits, if you will, the cons of only doing, let's say, that, because you're limiting your reach too much. All right, we're going to continue. And then you see over here on the browse, you're going to see who they are basically targeting, the demographics. Parental status, marital status, education, home ownership status. That's pretty interesting. Let's click on that. If they're homeowners, how cool is that? So you're going to target people that are homeowners. That's who they are. So we're going to clear that just so you see what it looks like on this. What their interests are and habits are. So their affinity, what they're normally searching for. You're going to see the affinity. If they're normally into banking and finance, home and garden, they're normally into sports and fitness, news and politics. So essentially their interest, their affinity, you're able to target based off of their interest. You're able to target based off of what they're actively looking for, what they're searching for, what they're in market to purchase. So you're going to click here, in market audiences, check this out, real estate. You're going to click down here, residential properties, and you can continue drilling down. Residential properties for sale, houses for sale. How cool is that? You can go even further. New houses for sale. So it's super powerful. Now, if you continue reducing all of your audiences, chances are your ad will not run. So if you get very, very, very selective up here and then start going into, well, I want them to be house owners, I want them to have an excellent credit, I want them to be only looking for new homes, know that your ads are not going to run because you've gotten too targeted. This is going to help you. Segment your audience and target. And it does work in a hyper-local fashion. However, you want your ads to run at the end of the day. Not everyone is going to identify as new. Not everyone that is eligible for a new house or looking for a new home is going to show up here. This is just a great starting tool, a great place to start whenever you're targeting. So don't over-target. Don't get so specific that you end up reaching nobody. And then when we look at how they have interacted with your business, this is that remarketing. So if you created that audience like I mentioned in the past, you're able to recall that audience right here. You see I have several audiences to build from right here. Whoops. All right. And you can also do the website. All right, and combined audiences, moving homeowners. That was an audience that I created on this account for another video, which basically marries various aspects of this. So you can combine audiences based off of demographics, based off of remarketing, based off of if they're in market. Because if you start selecting these, it's not a and feature, it's an or feature. And what that means is if you select some items for this demographic, some items from this in market, some items for affinity, you're making the audience larger. You need to make it narrower. So that's why you need the and feature. They need to be this and this and this, rather than they can be this, which are making it larger. So that's why you do combined audiences. All right. Now once you have your people, you're going to go to your content. So I'm going to reduce this. I didn't move anything there, as you saw. Actually, I did. Let me X out of that. People. Now we're looking at the content, where you want your ads to show. So keywords. If you run Google ads in the past, then this looks familiar to you. So Realtor near me, you're going to get some suggestions over here. And you can use keywords that people are searching for. So remember, some of these ads are going to show up in that, well, actually not this because we excluded it, sorry. YouTube search results, we excluded that, but whenever people are searching for that type of content and say Realtor near me, then your ad is going to show up in videos that have those keywords, that have those as keywords and are addressing that topic. So Realtor, you go Realtor, home realty, house real estate. None of these I would actually personally target because those are too vague, but you use keywords of where you want your ads to show up. So that is very powerful. So if you're doing an ad based off of homestead exemption and teaching people how to do their homestead exemption as a service, as a lead magnet, hey, I'll do your homestead exemption, then you would target people that are looking for that homestead exemption help. And then you would have a landing page on the back end directing people to that so they can sign up for your homestead exemption offer. So there you go. And topics. Select topics to show ads on content about specific subjects. So you see the subjects. We'll look at the explanation. Topic targeting is a simple way to place your ads on many web pages, apps, and videos about a certain subject. Topics are based on broad industries or interests such as agriculture or music. For example, by targeting the autos and vehicles topic, your ad may appear on web pages, apps, or YouTube videos with content about cars or other automotive themes. Whenever somebody creates content, they have to place tags. They have to identify their channel in whatever respect they're doing. So this channel is categorized in the education space. So YouTube is taking all of that into consideration and selecting these topics or putting these pockets of topics together where if it makes sense for you to advertise in those pockets, then you select them right here. So as an example, if you select people that are talking about real estate, you're going to see the options that you see right there. In content that's typically referring to property development, real estate listings, bank-owned foreclosures. So a lot of investment channels out there like Investor Army, a good friend Connor Steinbrook over there, so shout out, and other channels out there like that. So that is what topics is about. All right. And placements. This one's pretty cool. You're able to place your in-stream ads in front of YouTube channels, in certain YouTube channels, in certain videos, in certain playlists, in certain popular content. So if you were to, let's say, select my YouTube channel as an example, if you wanted to run ads in my channel, you would just search me up, and then you would select me, and you would be running ads specifically on my channel. For whatever reason, if the audience that you feel is watching me, if you feel like there's value in that advertising in front of my videos and in my videos, since my channel is monetized, then you can certainly do it that way. And it's not just limited to one. You can select a ton of people, which I do have a hack for that on how to select hundreds of channels at once. So if you want that hack, actually I have another video on that, so I'll be sure to link it down below. And same with videos. All right, bidding. Maximum CPV. Your maximum cost per view bid is the highest amount you're willing to pay for someone to view your video ad. Depending on what you're advertising and where you're advertising, it's going to cost various amounts. I start at $1. I shouldn't say start that. I cap at $1, knowing full well that a cost per view is not $1. In certain audiences, I get dollars for pennies. Some audiences, I get 10 cents a view, 20 cents a view. I mean, it has to be very targeted, and I have to be very intentional on what I want to do with that ad. So I'm very careful on how I spend my money. So simply because I put $1 does not mean that I'm spending $1. Oftentimes, it's spending much, much less. However, YouTube ads is an auction-based system. So the more that I'm bidding, the reason it's named bidding, the higher that I'm going to stand out in my auction. So I'll be winning and showing my ads more and more. So that's why I put $1. You can put more if the cost per view is more than that. I haven't seen many of those that actually cost more than $1 per view. So $1 on the top end is a good way to start. But once you start dialing in your numbers, and you know that on average you should be getting 6 cents a view, so a view for 6 cents, then you can cap that out so you're controlling your costs in that regard. And then you would put your YouTube video. So let's find one. All right, so I'll use my homestead video. So Texas homestead exemption. Video ad format. And this is where we select if it's going to be a skippable in-stream ad or if it's going to be a video discovery ad. Now, we're not running a bumper ad, which is basically 6 seconds, and I don't encourage you to run bumper ads at all, but that is another option that you're going to have whenever you run a different type of campaign. We're going to run a in-stream ad, which again is one of those ads that you can skip after a certain amount of time, which here it's going to be 5 seconds. The video in and of itself is 14 minutes. Now, this isn't necessarily an advertising ad, it's just more of an informational ad. This is going to be more of the top of funnel strategy, meaning attracting people more for brand awareness and attraction, and educating to grow the channel. So there's that. And on this, you would put the landing page as an example that I gave you earlier. If you wanted to do somebody's homestead exemption and fill it out for them, then you would just put your landing page, which would collect the contact information. However, here, I'm not necessarily after that. So it would just be more for views in this regard, again, based off of who I wanted to target up there and drive them to view this video so they're well aware, but also see me as a problem solver. So that's why I have the final URL there. And then in the call to action, reduce tax. All right. Free to do. That's bad out of copy, but you see the call to action. Yeah, it's very bad copy. It doesn't have all the 10 characters showing. Reduce tax and then free to do. I'd ideally come up with something better there, but it's been a long day. So the call to action, I highly encourage you to have a call to action so they go over and finish your ad, because remember here, they still have that option of the moment that they get disinterested and bored, they're going to click skip. Them going and clicking on this call to action, they're going to go to the actual video, so then they can subscribe, they can like, they can comment, they can engage, they can actually see your ad completely without the threat of them skipping. That's dangerous. And then you just click create campaign and you're good. Well, this is how you advertise on YouTube for real estate leads. If you found value in this video, please be sure to subscribe so we can talk again soon.